Welcome to Raising Extreme Athletes Uncensored. This is your reality check and home for uncensored, trusted advice and stories from the trailblazers who came before us. Because it takes a strategic village to raise an extreme pro athlete. This is your village. Today, we're going to be talking about death to YouTube. I don't care if you want to pretend your kid isn't on YouTube watching other athletes in their fields, but the reality is they are. And I want to say death to YouTube, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not only about death to YouTube. There is some good stuff about YouTube, but let's discuss the realities of YouTube. I'm Marina, the host, your host, and mother of two aspiring climbers, and wife to an extreme athlete. Let's talk about death to YouTube. Death to YouTube. Why, you're probably asking yourself, right? So it's really easy to understand. YouTube works for and against your athlete, right? So why does it work against? This is really what I want to talk about because there is a lot of really good stuff about YouTube. Don't get me wrong. However, when my kids are watching climbing, right? Or when my husband was really into mountain biking, my kids were into mountain biking too. They used to watch a lot of mountain biking videos. It was all about the great jobs that they're doing, the fantastic competitions, the incredible moves that they're making, all this stuff, right? Because it shows all this really good stuff, right? Yet it completely omits and does not show the hard work that goes behind what those people have achieved, right? The trial and error, the hardships, the heartaches, and all that work. And I am not talking about those blooper videos. Yeah, okay. So what? There's still, the blooper videos, they're still showing what's happening today. I want to see the hardships. I want to see these kids that are at the same level as my kid or younger, because my kids don't understand. Like they're saying, oh, well, I'm not so-and-so. I'm not so-and-so, but so-and-so wasn't so-and-so. They started from the beginning as well. And this is why I say death to YouTube, because they don't show this enough. They sometimes mention it in interviews, but really, it's not the same thing, right? And it doesn't matter what sport or discipline you're in, because this, I think, is something that is not done properly. I personally believe that the best YouTube channels are the ones that are going to be really, really helping and showing are the ones that are just showing all those warts, the crap that you have to go through, the sadness, the heartbreak, the fucking work. Because we're watching the end result. Okay? And the reality is that that's not the end result. Okay? That is part of a very long journey. And I'm not talking about, like, my son watches in climbing, they have projects, right? So some of these masterful climbers are doing these projects, and they show like their trials and tribulations with these projects, but they're already at an incredible level. Like my kids would not even come close to that level because these guys have been doing it for 10 years or more, and living at the Rock. And there's all these things that are behind the scenes that nobody talks about, right? That's what I want to see. Okay. That's what needs to be shown. That's the reality. And that's why YouTube, it doesn't work for the majority of this stuff, right? And honestly, it almost defeats confidence in people as well, because your kids are watching, they're like, wow, I wish I could do that. And they're not there yet. So show us how to get there. What were those steps that those guys, girls took to get to where they are now, so that we could have an idea and follow, maybe not completely in their footsteps because everybody is different, but have more of an idea of what it took to get there. This is what I'm talking about. I want to know your thoughts. What do you guys think about YouTube? What do you guys think about all this? Because I have found this to be a real huge conflict with me and my kids all the time, because they're constantly comparing themselves, or not comparing, but that they're not these people. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a review, share it with your friends, and let's dive deep into this topic because it's important. All right, guys. Remember, it takes a strategic village, and that's what we're here for, is the support.